My name is Jen.
And my name is Ted, and we've been members at St. Boniface since 2012.
After a brief stint in Las Vegas, Ted and I moved back in 2012, and we're looking for a parish. I'm a cradle Catholic, and I needed that sense of community and the parish like I grew up with. And after visiting a lot of different parishes in Des Moines, I kept coming back to St. Boniface. We liked Father Vince's homilies, really liked the sense of community here, the welcomeness, and the fact that there were a lot of young families. And we had a 1-year-old at the time, and when you have a 1-year-old acting up in church, you look around and there's a lot of other 1-year-olds doing the same thing. Felt a little comforting to us.
Yeah, unlike Jen, I didn't have a faith background. In fact, most of my life, I've been kind of a skeptic. And since knowing Jen and getting married in the Catholic Church, I've always been kind of the tag-along to most of the parishes that we would go to. And I've always felt like kind of a tourist until coming to St. Boniface. And we did visit quite a few parishes here in town, and we did wind up coming back to St. Boniface for a lot of different reasons.
On October 19th, 2013, tragedy struck our family, and we lost our infant son at birth. And it was devastating for us. Nothing can prepare you for something like that. I remember being in the hospital and calling Father Vince to come help us because we didn't really know what to do. He came to the hospital and he prayed with us. It was just a time for us to reflect on what happened, and we weren't official members of the church at that time. I had not gone to a welcome meeting, but it didn't matter. The outpouring of support that we received from St. Boniface was just overwhelming. We, from prayers to cards, to people who have maybe been through a similar situation before and wrote us a letter. We felt so much comfort from the parish. And when you're going through something like that, you just look for answers, you look for comfort wherever you can find it. And for me, it was the church. Knowing that this was a place that I could come if something bad happened, and that's exactly what I did. When you go to church, when something like that happens, the readings, the gospel, and all of the songs just talk to you. They speak to you, and you hang on to all of those words. And for me, that was comforting, and I wanted more of it, so I got more involved.
When a tragedy like this happens, for me at least, I had a lot of questions, and there were no answers. And I needed something, and I saw that Jen could retreat into her faith. And I didn't have that, and I really wanted that. I remember sitting down with Father Vince a month or so after all this happened, and I'd brought all the books that I had on the Catholic faith, and some pretty thick, big, wordy books. And I set them down in front of him, and I said, listen, I don't have as much faith as I see in other people, but I want it, and I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to be a good student. Help me. This is what I have. And he kind of looked at the books, and he looked at me, and he chuckled, and he kind of pushed them aside, and he said, hey, listen, you can read these books. You can memorize this. You can know more about the Catholic Church than I ever will, but that's not going to build faith. What you want to be looking for is living life, going through life, understanding the experiences, reflecting on them, and trying to tie them back into your faith. And you can do that here. And that was a starting point of my faith journey within Catholicism, but also here at St. Boniface.
Having St. Boniface around during that tragedy and coming here as sort of our for help really made a difference. And through this tragedy and through St. Boniface bringing us here, really brought us together in our faith journey. Ted becoming Catholic, and I think even as a family we've grown stronger because of it. In 2015, as Ted was going through the RCIA program, I found out I was pregnant, and our prayers were answered. It was a touch and go pregnancy, and we were really scared during it, but this community was right there with us and supporting us. And on June 6th, 2015, we welcomed our daughter and we named her Hope.